We had to compete for this. We had to compete with other states across the union.
$7 billion in potential credits against Amazon's state and city taxes.
Wisconsin's governor has the green light to give nearly $3 billion in cash for the new flat screen factory.
Basically, you give a company a bribe to locate in your area. Politicians can direct future tax dollars to current potential donors to their campaign, and they do. It perpetuates all the problems that we think we have with the economy. It's not just not productive, it's pernicious. It's a terrible, terrible, bad thing.
It happens all across the country. States, counties, and cities offer tax breaks to private companies to locate their operations within that jurisdiction.
See if we can get the legislature to change the name to Phoenix, Arizona.
It's not a terrible idea in theory, but in practice, critics have said it can create a detrimental bidding war between rival cities or states. A bidding war companies then use to squeeze those jurisdictions for huge tax concessions on the promise of new jobs and local investment.
It's as if we're like flying low over the country and just throwing money out. You know, and it's just stupid. You know, it's just stupid.
Mark Funkhouser served as Kansas City, Missouri's auditor for almost 20 years before becoming its mayor in 2007. He says tax breaks given to private companies rarely live up to the hype.
In 94% of the time, it made no difference in terms of the economic outcome for the granting jurisdiction. 94% failure rate for billions and billions of dollars.
In 2012, the New York Times did a comprehensive public records analysis showing that U.S. cities, counties, and states were sacrificing more than $80 billion collective dollars each year in granted incentives.
We need some version of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act for the United States where we make it illegal for state and local governments to give away tax dollars to a private entity. It is bribery, and as it turns out, it is fraud. Because the benefits are not delivered.
Funkhouser had intimate experience with competitive bidding wars over company headquarters in his town of Kansas City.
It's called the border war, and companies moving back and forth across the state line in search of ever-increasing amounts of tax incentives. We're bribing companies to try to get them to come to Kansas City and ignoring their issues and needs related to companies that have been there for years and years, doing work, increasing their taxes so that we could decrease somebody else's taxes. That doesn't make any sense.
It's a micro-scale example of what's happening on a macro level across the country.
It's allegedly about jobs, jobs, jobs.
Companies promise jobs and local investment and ask for tax breaks in return. And according to Funkhouser, the metric driving the trend isn't even the right measure of success.
Jobs are the wrong metric. So lots and lots of lousy jobs are really bad. What you're actually trying to do, you're trying to create wealth, and it should be shared wealth. Government cannot create wealth by buying jobs, but government can create conditions under which its citizens can create wealth. Safe neighborhoods, good transit, good education, public safety, those sorts of things create an environment in which people will thrive.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.